And this is the name of the harbors. I won't pronounce them, but you see the coldest years include 1992, 1997, and so on. The one on the here are the coldest years. And here are the warmest years. And so the warmest years basically the 1930. And those are the facts. Those are the temperature the people in the harbors in Greenland has measured over the years. And it doesn't look like it's getting any warmer. I mean, I don't understand it. Where does the data come from? Who says what it says? Now, of course, global warming is supposed to cause the climate change. That's what it was. But the climate changes anyway. The climate has always changed. But the people who believe in global warming say the reason climate changes is because of global warming. And the World Meteorological Organization said you need 30 years to determine the climate. So this is a difficult slide to see here, but this is the rainfall in lots of places all over the world. But if we focus on this one here, this is the Dust Bowl in the Midwest in the 30s. You see we have the Dust Bowl there. And you look at here in Africa, there's a huge amount of rain. So the climate has changed everywhere, all the time. And that was before we talked about global warming. And the people in the Dust Bowl, people know how to move to California. So the Steinbeck wrote the story, the Grape of Rob, about that. It was a very wonderful story. And so this has happened all the time, happened everywhere, and it's nothing to do with global warming. So when I ask people then, why is the climate change? Why? The temperature has not changed, so why do they talk about it? Another thing which amazes me really is that when they talk about climate change, it's always to the worse. See, the climate also changes to the better. And if climate changes, you have a 50% chance anyway, you got to be better someplace, for heaven's sake. It can't always be to the worse. So then comes the clincher. If climate change doesn't work to scare people, they can scare people talking about extreme weather. That must work. So here is the extreme weather. And the question is the ocean level rising? Well, here is a graph. It's hard to see where you sit again, but this scale is in thousands of years, and this scale is in meters. If you look at the recent scale, then you see here this scale down, you can maybe read that, and this scale here is in centimeters. And for the last 100 years, the ocean has risen 20 centimeters. But for the previous 100 years, it also rose to 20 centimeters. And for the last 300 years, ocean has risen 20 centimeters 100 years. And so there is no unusual rise in the sea level. And to be sure you understand that, I'll repeat it. There is no unusual sight in the sea level. And here is the hurricanes in the United States for 150 years. Hurricanes are supposed to be much worse now because of the weather has gotten 0.8 degrees warmer. I mean, on the average. But you see, there are no such thing. If anything, we've entered a period of low hurricanes. See, these are the facts. I don't make up these facts. And actually, when I gave this talk in Linda in 2012, the criticism I got, I'd never published anything in global warming. But you don't have to publish things. You don't have to even be a scientist to look at these figures. And you understand what it says. And the same thing is for the tornadoes in the United States. It looked like we're in a low period in the last few years. That's only 50 years of data. So. But see, what people say is not true. I talked to a journalist yesterday from D-Site, and he's supposed to be here. I don't know if he's here or not. And I asked how many articles he published, but this says that global warming is a good thing. And they probably don't publish that at all. It's always negative. Always. So here is a picture, see how ridiculous things do. I hate to make fun of Norway because I'm Norwegian, but I think I can deserve this anyway. there's an oil platform laying about there. That is 200 miles from the coast of Norway. It's an oil platform. It's a very, very lucrative oil platform. And what they're going to do with that, they're going to electrify it. On the platform, of course, they have lots of natural gas, and they have gas turbines and stuff. There's no problem with power. But to save on the platform, to save for the carbon dioxide on the platform, they're going to electrify it from land. It costs billions of money, crowns anyway, a huge amount of money. But the government of Norway has decided that. Hopefully now, when the oil price has fallen by a factor of 2, maybe they reconsider. I hope that. Because what they're going to do, all the gas they save by not using gas generators, they're going to send to Europe. What are Europe going to do with the gas? Burn it, of course. So, I mean, there's no saving here. There's just an expense. There's no saving of CO2 or anything. It's just ridiculous. So here is now what I worry about very much is the conference going to be in Paris in November. And I really worry about that. Because the conference was in Copenhagen, that almost became a disaster, but nothing got decided. But now I think the people who are alarmists have a very strong position. And so the physical society always have made up their mind, so I don't have to worry about them. And now let's look at what they say. The evidence is incorroborable. Global warming is occurring if no mitigation is taken. Significant disruption of Earth's physical and cloud system and so on. Everything is go to hell. But the facts are that in the last 100 years or so we have measured the temperature. It has gone up 0.8 degrees, and everything in the world has gotten better. See? So how can they say it's going to get worse? When we have the evidence that if it's true that they can measure, at least they believe it, when the temperature has gone up 0.8 degree, everything, we live longer, we have better work, better health, better everything.